Did you know Canva can do this? Let me break this down for you real quick. So let's start with a nice little salon setup because this will be for a stylist. And we're going to go to our magic grab tool and we're going to go ahead and cut out the door. So in this case, I'm going to zoom in. Zooming in is definitely the best because you can make sure that you're actually getting more precise lines. Start small, then go ahead and enlarge it. And as you can see, that's what I'm doing here, just to make sure that I get it nicely cut out. And then I can go ahead and open it up a little bit more. Okay, and so now that I have the door cut out, we're going to go into duplicating it. And now I'm going to split it because ultimately what I want to do is I want to create this effect where the door opens. Okay, now let's hop to the new page and create the hallway. So what you can do is go into Magic Media, and because I wanted the same type of theme, I put in this prompt to kind of give me a icy blue French style salon to actually match the aesthetic of what the inside of the salon looked like. So yes, if you did not know, you can go into Canva and you can actually create this in Magic Media Canva AI. Super cool. So I had already had my model. I actually made her in another app, but she's going to be coming from the hallway. And so I'm kind of just playing around with it, making sure that she is aligned properly to come through the door, because essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this animation where she's popping out of the doors that we just cut out. So I'm adding a little text in here, playing around with it. And again, Canva has a ton of different fonts. So if you did not know, you can go in here and you can play with it. I'm pulling them out really quickly to be able to get it exactly how I want. If you did not know, Canva also has the gradient text. So for this, I actually want to kind of keep it that same kind of icy blue feel with the light blue and the dark blue. So once you go into it, you can hit that. I'm going to switch that up a little bit. The gradient tool is by far a great add-on that Canva just added. It definitely kind of makes your letters and fonts pop. So definitely going to play around with that for this to show you all how to do that. And I'm just kind of playing around with the positioning of this because everyone knows your font positioning can make or break your design. So I am just playing around with it. And now once I got this all exactly how I want it, group it, and now let's get into this animation. So we're going to go ahead and take those doors and we're going to use our, well, first, if you did not know, there are also animation with pages and then animation with the actual object. So we're going to actually create an animation and we're just going to slowly push it open. That's one way. And then you can also adjust the speed and the movement to make sure that it's steady. And that's just what I'm doing right now to make sure that it opens up really nicely. And I kind of like that. It's cool. Let's make sure that it's exactly how I want it. And now let's get her in the hallway so that she can open up. I'm going to go ahead and save this so that it's easier when she is there. And let me make sure that I save this first so that I can edit it as needed. So go ahead and download that as a PNG, bring that back into it. And this is actually taking you through my entire process so you can see it. And this is just so that I can have it saved and be able to manipulate the image how I want to when I actually bring it over here back into our front facing salon style. So we're going to crop this to make sure that it goes behind the door, because essentially when I open the door, I want this to be the hallway. Little manipulation, we got to play around with it, but it's going to be so cute when it's done. So I also duplicated the front of the salon so that as I scoot it over, as you can see, I'm literally making sure it all aligns so that it looks like one piece. But if you take a look at my layers on the side, you'll see that I have multiple layers in order to give the effect that I want to give. And so now that I have my hallway centered, I can go ahead and make sure my animation is exactly how I want for these doors, because I wanted to make sure that it's steady and the speed is exactly going how I want it. So here's a quick preview. Yes, okay. Y'all see where we're going with this? Okay. So I'm going to make sure it's smooth. And I want to make sure that I also can layer the woman, because now our stylist, we want her to come forward. So we're going to go back to duplicating her and making another one so that we already have when she's in the hallway. Now we need her to come forward. So we're going to use breathe. And we could also play with the scale where you want her to come either in or out. And I can adjust it based on how I want her to move, how fast. And so I want her to just kind of slowly walk out of the hallway. So we're going to go ahead and play with that. And position her right in front of the door. And I'm just making sure everything is aligned correctly. We don't need no white space. We want this perfectly centered. If you do not play with your layers, and as you can see, I have multiple different pages open because you gotta, if I edit something and want to go back, I could always do it. And I just want to make sure that it's perfectly aligned. Do not be afraid to zoom in on your slides, on your pages, because that helps you make sure things are precise. So now I'm going to put her back behind the door. And now look, we see her feet. So we want to make sure that we move all of that up because we shouldn't see her feet through the door. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and duplicate the salon background, because what I want to happen is the doors to literally fold into the wall. So it's almost going to be like a pocket door. So I wanted to just easily slide, and I'm just aligning everything properly so that it's exactly how it is. So once it opens up, it just goes into the wall. Now that I have the 2 pages complete, I can go ahead and hit animate, hit match and move for the first 2 pages, and then I'm going to show you a quick preview. So these are the 2 pages here. And once you hit play, this is the final look. Let me know what you think. Would you use something like this for your business?